This is Dr. John Odette. In this case, I will be showing you a small fragment from a femtosecond cataract surgery that has migrated posterior to the capsule. As you can see, this lens has already been fragmented and the anterior capsulotomy made by the LensX femtosecond laser. We inject a significant amount of viscoelastic into the anterior chamber to protect the endothelium. The next step in the procedure will be ensuring that in fact this is a continuous free-floating cap created by the LensX laser, which it is. This was done using a cystotome. Next we use essentially a horizontal chopping method to disassemble the nucleus. This nucleus was very soft since it had already been fragmented by the femtosecond laser. The majority of what was used during this case is irrigation and aspiration. Very little phacoemulsification power was used, and the lens came out of the bag successfully. At no point in time was the posterior capsule or anterior capsule violated during this case. And no zonular laxity was noted throughout. The lens spins very freely and was removed quite nicely without any problem. This is the last quadrant of the lens coming out, and you will see as we remove it, you can see a very small cube of nucleus remaining. Initially, we thought this was inside the capsule as we knew the capsule to be intact. However, as you will see as I focus deep and more anterior and back and forth with the microscope, that this cube is in fact floating in the anterior portion of the vitreous. This cube is a small cube that we see with the current fragmentation pattern that I use with the LensX laser. At approximately 10:30 in this part of the clip, you will see what appears to be an anterior capsular rent, but this is an optical illusion created by the remaining cortex. You will see this disappears as we eventually use our INA handpiece to remove the residual cortex. At this point, we feel it is safe as the capsule is intact, so we go in and remove all residual cortex from the capsule. Usually I start in a approximately subincisional area, remove as much subincisional cortex as I can, and proceed clockwise around. This cortex comes off fairly easily and without event. As we do this, the small fragment of lens is slowly floating more subincisionally. You can still kind of see it in the video if you look closely. This patient did very well. We ended up putting a multifocal lens into the intact capsule, and in the postoperative period his surgery was uneventful. He did quite well, and we left him on steroids for approximately 6 weeks following the surgery without any evidence of iritis or CME noted.